Hello everybody, welcome to episode 3 of my Minecraft Hardcore series. Today's episode is going to be a little bit different, as there won't be nearly as many random jump cuts, and I'm going to try to get a couple major projects done. Namely, I want to work on this storage room, which I've already started clearing the way for here. All that's on recording, I just had to re-record this intro because I failed at one of the reasons why I'm doing this, which is trying to have as few cuts as possible. And to do that, I have to eliminate as many filler words while I'm talking as possible, which includes obvious filler words such as us, etc., stuff like that. However, for me, I have a couple personal filler words. I took some public speaking classes throughout school, and they really drilled into our heads, hey, while talking, try to avoid using us and and whatnot as often as possible. I did really good at it, I think, and for a while it was fine until recently I was editing those first two episodes, and I realized that I replaced the filler words with alright, so, and okay. And in the end, those are still just filler words, really. Now, I do have a list of things I want to talk about off to the side, since I'm going to be building this as close to one take as possible, with as few cuts as possible. I just wanted to fill the dead air with conversation topics, etc. There will be a couple jump cuts here and there as I cut out awkward silences, long pauses, etc. While I could collect my thoughts and think about what I want to talk about. But realistically, I'm only doing this to try to take away as much of the editing workload as I can. And hopefully get this episode out a little bit faster and cleaner than the previous two. So, I have a list of things to talk about. I also have a list of things to do today. And on that list is a storage room and attaching a little crafting room that'll just have some furnaces, smokers, smelters, crafting table, whatever, smithing table, and enchanting table out to the side here. I was thinking about having a separate tree farm, but instead I think I'm just going to copy what I did with my main house, where I have the trees up top, which will kind of stop my little air base fort thing from spreading too far for now. The other thing I wanted to get done in this video is I was thinking about decorating in here a little bit. Seems kind of plain. But to do that, I am going to have to gather some materials, which I will be doing throughout this episode as well. Hopefully. Oops. This is a foundation. I'm going to use different blocks throughout it for some texture and whatnot. Like I said at the beginning, I do want to try to keep my area looking somewhat good. I don't think I'm going to go unreasonably large like I do with our egg carton series. In addition to the list of little tasks that I wanted to get done in this episode, I also have a list of conversation topics so I can keep talking and keep as much dead air out of this video as possible. Oops, I shouldn't go in there. Which will bring us to topic number 1. My goals for this series. Now, I don't really have a set list of things that I want to do. I know a lot of people have long-running hardcore series that they fill with little goals, or they give themselves goals every episode, little build challenges or whatever. I don't think this series is going to last all that long. I believe I left it in on episode 1, but in case I didn't, I would like to point out that I have never beaten the Ender Dragon without dying. It's never happened. So that's actually going to be my first goal, is I would like to beat the Ender Dragon and hopefully survive. Now, to do that, I have a list of things that I would like to get first to try to help me, which includes fully enchanted, well, not fully enchanted, but enchanted diamond armor. Some basic enchantments, just whatever I get off an enchanting table, I guess. I don't really want to have to fish a bunch, and I don't want to have to set up a villager trade hall before fighting the Ender Dragon in the series, because that will take an exorbitant amount of times. Which I don't really want to do with this series. I don't want to take forever to do stuff. Like I said, I don't know how long it's going to take, but this is already episode 3, which means, at least from your perspective, 3 weeks. Now, for my perspective, I don't know if you caught it in the first episode, but right at the beginning, I did say that Egg Carton Season 5 was going to start in January. As this video is coming out, it's already, what, May? Second week of May? So clearly I missed the mark on that a little bit. And it shows you how long ago I recorded episodes 1 and 2. We'll get into why in a little bit. But first, let me finish this list of things I wanted to get done here. My goals, in the loosest definition of the word. The other things I wanted to do were just, keep this area looking nice, my build's looking somewhat okay throughout it, and going back through and redecorating them as I do. Which I'm going to start with the interior of that house. But just, I don't want to live out of dirt shacks, basically. And if I eventually lose this series, which is incredibly likely, it'll be nice to be able to spectate this world and just kind of fly around and look at the nice stuff that I built, Which brings us to the next thing on my list here, which is how long exactly will this series continue? And that's a bit of a complicated question, because on one hand, I want this series to last until I am off by 1 here. I want this series to last until I die. Well, in Minecraft, not my real life. Where did that wall go? Oh, I'm blind. Sorry, it's been a while since I actually played Minecraft. Yeah, a couple weeks at least. I wanted to get those first 2 episodes recorded and out before I played more. We're gonna cut in here. Like this. Wait, not there. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yeah. Thought that was off. Felt off. Oh, there's 3 here, 3 here. Yep, okay. So I do want this series to go until I eventually die and, have to spectate the world. However, there is something that is coming up that will probably prevent me from continuing it for that long, which is Season 5 of Egg Carton. Now, I do want to continue this series even after I start playing Egg Carton again. Egg Carton, for those who aren't aware, is just an SMP that I have with some other streamer creator friends. And I'm really looking forward to this next season. And most of these, well, okay. So Friday videos are probably going to be reserved for Egg Carton, and these will be moved from Friday, as they have been airing, probably to Sunday. Now, I can't guarantee a video from this every Sunday. Egg Carton will probably slow production of these episodes down quite a bit, and might even get as far off as every other Sunday, or even just random Sundays throughout the weeks. Which actually brings us to, speaking of Egg Carton, brings us to the next topic I wanted to talk about, which is Season 5 of Egg Carton. When is it starting? Do I have any plans for it? Etc. Currently, I've been talking to the other members of the SMB, and we are looking to restart the server once 1.20 has a stable release and some of the stuff we use updates to 1.20. No, we won't be waiting for everything. One player sleep, actually, is going to be a built-in feature to Minecraft with 1.20, hopefully. So we won't have to wait for that to update. Mob heads can probably wait a little while. Put things like Optipaper or whatever it's called, I do want to wait for. Because we do use a paper server to run Egg Carton since last season. So the release date for Season 5 of Egg Carton will be a tentative some point after 1.20 releases. But speaking of 1.20, that brings us to the next topic I wanted to talk about, which is what I'm looking forward to most in 1.20. And I mean, it seems like it's going to be a pretty big update. I'm not really a huge fan of the sniffer. I usually am not fans of the mob boat winners. It just seems like the less useful option or less cool option tends to win those. So, but the sniffer won this time, and we are getting some decorative plants, which I feel is a missed opportunity to add, like, usable plants. Like, why can't a pitcher plant be used as a bucket, or the torch plant be used as a torch, you know? Something cool like that. Something functional and decorative. But instead, we just get a big red block that gives us useless seeds. So I'm not really looking forward to that. I'm not really looking forward to archaeology that much. I mean, some decorative vases, I guess, cool. What I am looking forward to is the cherry wood and the bamboo wood. Now, I've been saying for a long time that I really want a pink wood in Minecraft. And now we're getting it. There's been a lot of times I've built something and went, wow, this looks really cool. If only I could change this wood to pink. And that's finally happened. So I really appreciate that. The other thing I'm looking forward to is going to be the bamboo wood. It'll be nice to have an extra use for bamboo. Did I really not plant anything over here? Man, I am falling behind. And the thing I'm probably unironically looking forward to the most is going to be armor trim. I know I just complained about the new seeds and plants and whatnot as being not really all that useful, but honestly, I think the armor trim's a really nice idea. It gives a use, actually, to a lot of the metals and ores and stuff that we don't really see a lot of usefulness out of yet, like lapis and gold, where once you get a bunch of it, it just kind of sits in a chest, you know? Long moment of silence there. That hopefully I remember to cut out, because all it was me waiting for a sneeze to happen. This doesn't need to be all that big. This is just going to be a crafting area here. These smelters, couple blast furnaces, couple crafting benches or whatever. Do I even have enough cobble to finish this wall? Yeah, I have plenty. As I've probably mentioned in one of the other episodes, is I don't really plan a whole lot ahead. when I'm building things. I just kind of wing it. And hope for the best. Works out most of the time. Sometimes I'm just left with a half created. Why did I extend that so far? That does not need to be that long. As I was saying, I wing things and don't really plan it out or think ahead about the stuff that I'm doing, so leads to a lot of moments where I don't have enough resources on me actively to finish a project, or things like that where I just kind of forget what I'm doing. I'm gonna need more walls, obviously, but I knew that before I started. Ow! Oh, hi! That has piercing on it. Oh, I didn't get it either. Damn it. That scared me a little bit. Oh, there's another one. Okay, hang on. You wait there, I'll come to you. Don't do it. No, my... Get out of my farm. Go. Dickhead. Alright. I'll have to fix that in a moment. I also never got around to plugging up these holes, which is probably how those guys got in. Well, more stuff to fix momentarily. Now, where was I? Don't really want to have a gate this close to my mine. So I will just leave this here, I guess. I'll just set up like a little nice garden area in here, I guess. A little sunroom or something. I'm also going to need to cut down and turn over these. Why is there another one? Go away. I don't understand where they are coming from. As I go get some milk to get rid of the bad omen. Even though I don't plan to visit any villages anytime soon. We can move on to the next topic. Which is... upload schedule. So for now, I'm going to be uploading this hardcore series on Fridays. As I have been. Hopefully I don't fall behind on it. It will probably move to Sundays after Season 5. I mentioned that already. Man, I cannot read the script. Hang on. And we're back. Sorry about that. Like I said, I have a little bit of a list off to the side here that I'm talking about, and I could not read it from this distance. I am getting old and my eyes are bad. Anywho. Yes. This series will move to Sundays after Season 5 starts. I talked about that already. And the other thing I wanted to talk about is that I will be having random videos uploaded on Wednesdays, I believe, throughout the weeks. No, not on a set schedule or anything, just kind of as I get done with the videos, I will be uploading them on Wednesdays. An example of which is I am working on a art series in which I kind of reteach myself art from the beginning, because I feel like I skipped a lot of fundamental stuff while learning, and I starting to experience problems with it. I feel like it's really hampered my growth as an artist. So this is going to be just kind of like a course correction slash teaching moment as I more or less relearn art. I think that's how they're supposed. There we go. Now they're spaced properly. For a final topic that I planned ahead of time to talk about, let's take a peek behind the curtain here while I talk about why these videos took me almost 4 months to start putting out, why the last two I've had sitting on my hard drive since last year, and that's because of editing. I hate editing videos. I am bad at editing videos. I hate doing it. I am very, very slow at it to begin with. I hate doing it, which slows me down because, like, I'll be editing a video and just kind of lose interest in it and go do something else. And I'm also bad at it, which means it takes me longer than normal people to edit, which slows me down even more. This has been an ongoing issue on my channel since I started YouTube, basically. I've had a number of false starts on doing YouTube videos, as well as just kind of like large gaps in between videos, as I'm sure you'll notice if you just look at my YouTube channel. The last thing I put out was a horror game with me and Ella, and that was probably, 8 months ago at this point. But I am going to try to correct that, keep on it, learn some more, and keep doing it until I'm better and faster at it. Which is kind of the reason I started doing the A-Carton videos to begin with, was just to try to force myself into doing it so I can get better at it, so I can release other kinds of videos as well. Which is also why I'm doing this video like this, where I'm trying to have as few cuts as possible in it. Just because I want to have to edit this video as little as possible. This slowness and detasteness, and what's the word for that? The fact that I don't like editing. I'm sure there's a word for it, but it's not coming to mind currently. In any case, because of it, because I don't like editing, and that I'm, fairly slow at it, has led me to have to cancel a number of videos over the years. Like recently, while editing the most two recent episodes of this hardcore series, I've realized that I've had videos recorded that I've now deleted just because they're either so old or whatnot. Basically, I keep having to cancel videos outright because of it, which is why I keep calling this Season 5 of Big Carton, even though there's only a handful of episodes from Season 4 out currently, and there's no Seasons 1 through 3, is because most of them were streamed, and I did have a lot recorded for Seasons 1 through 3. I just wound up canceling them over time because I'd record a bunch, and then we'd take long breaks on A-Carton, and then I'd start recording for Season 2, and then I'd realize I still have... Get off of my farm! Ooh, that blue ice would be really good. So with that dark oak sapling. but I don't have any emeralds currently. Where was I? Oh my god, they're gonna untill my land. Where was I? Ah, yes. Season 1 through 3 kind of didn't come out because I would record I recorded a bunch for season 1. Didn't get around to editing it. Kind of half edited at a couple episodes. What the fuck? And as we started season 2, I realized I still had the season 1 episodes, and I was just like, I'll start on season 2, it's fine. Did the same thing for season 2 with season 3, did the same thing with season 3 with season 4, but actually started putting out episodes for season 4, which I'm very happy about. Really shows you the growth that I've experienced over the years as a content creator, I suppose. As I was saying, yeah, I'm going to try to edit these a bit faster and maybe even change up my recording style a little bit to help facilitate that. Now, I know I had a bunch of projects listed for today's episode, and I haven't really gotten any of them done yet. But I'm looking at the recording, and I'm already at, a little bit over a half an hour. And the entire point of this was to try to edit down as little as possible. And if that's the case, then I'm probably looking at about a 30-minute episode as is. I did not expect it to take me both as long to build this as it did. And it did not occur to me that I might not have as much to talk about as I thought I did, really, I guess you could say. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of stream of conscious while I'm finishing up the last little bit here, and then say goodbye to you guys. Next episode's probably going to be a little bit more in line with the first two, where I have more cuts, I record for longer. Oh, that's something that I wanted to talk about that I completely forgot to mention, was that how I record these episodes and how this one differs. Essentially, the first two episodes, I was sitting on about 8 hours of footage between the two. And I had to sit and edit those down to, well, the 20 or so minutes that they turned out to be. 21 minutes, 30 seconds exactly, actually, now that I think about it, because I was being a bit clever, and with the last two episodes, I realized that they both came out to 21 minutes, 30 seconds. And because of that, I decided to upload them both at 9:30 at night, which is 21:30 on a 24-hour time. In any case, that was down from, I think it was like nearly 8 hours all told between the two episodes of footage that I got, that I had to sit and watch through and cut down to 20-minute segments. Combine that with my natural aversion to editing, and that's more or less why it took so long to come out. I want this up one more layer. Oop. So next episode, I think I'm going to kind of meet in the middle between these two editing styles, where one's just me kind of having a script, having a goal in mind, and just recording while I work on some projects and talk through the script. I'm going to have a couple things that I want to talk about throughout the next episode. planned out ahead of time, but I also want to kind of get more done than this episode, obviously, because, you know, a quarter of a building isn't really an exciting episode, is it? So what I think I'm going to do here is just kind of stream of conscious at you while I run around and fix the couple things that I noticed that I haven't finished yet, such as filling in these holes and starting this as farmland, as well as lighting up a couple areas. Now this mining system that I have going so far is probably what's taking the most time for recording, because the entire time I'm digging through this, I'm leaving the recording running because I don't know when I'm going to die, and if and when I do die, I want it to be on recording. However, that does mean that I have to leave it on for 3+ hours while I go mining. However, instead of doing that from now on, I'm going to go ahead and, if I'm doing this, which is just kind of like talking and building and stuff, and I need to go mining, I'm going to stop the recording, start a new recording, go mine, don't worry about talking about stuff, don't worry about, you know, showing off cool things or whatever. I'm just going to mine straight down, get what I need, and then come back out, cut that recording, and start a new recording to finish what I was talking about while building, because I think these, you know, 2 to 3 hour mining sessions are what's killing me on recording time. In any case, that's really all I have for today's episode. Next episode is going to be a little bit more entertaining as I get some bigger projects done. Hopefully. I hope you don't mind that this one was a little bit different and possibly a little bit shorter. I hope you had as much fun anyway as I did recording it. And I hope to see you guys in the next one. And until then, keep it weird.